Good morning. It's pretty gray today and raining, so I'm hiding in the corner of my terrace under the roof. Oops. Okay, let me position it right. Okay, I'm gonna test the sound. Good morning, Gina. You may hear it twice. Okay, I'm gonna test the sound. Good morning, Gina. All right, the sound looks good. Good morning, Maria. Oops. Oy, oy, oy. It's not very comfortable where I am, so sorry for shaking the camera. It's pretty though, as usual. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Mary Kay. Good morning, Yanni. Wow, somehow the video doesn't reflect how hazy it is and how gray the sky is. The video is somehow brighter than the actual thing. Good morning, Mary. Alright, it is time for us to start. And today we continue with exploration of the ethical guideline of yoga called SAUCHA, purity. Once again, I'll remind you the Yoga Sutra that goes with it. Purification or purity brings about clarity, happiness, concentration, mastery of senses, and capacity for self-awareness. The other day we did a beginner's mind practice, applying this childlike freshness to everything we approach, as if it's the very first time we're doing it. And I received a lot of feedback from you on this one. Apparently this practice resonated really deeply with many. So today I want to expand a little bit on this. In the West, we generally create this dichotomy between the heart and the mind. The heart feels and the mind knows. But Buddhists, on the other hand, see the heart and the mind as one entity. There is even a word for it, heart-mind. As Zen teacher Suzuki Roshi says, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the experts, there are few. And by the same token, a beginner's heart is open, curious, full of awe and wonder, full of possibilities to feel. Beginner's heart remembers that we are all ultimately the same. Beginner's heart is willing to try, willing to fail, to learn from mistakes. Beginner's heart is grateful, loving, generous, kind, friendly, compassionate. Beginner's heart is accepting of all emotions. And the guideline of SAUCHA invites us to meet each moment in its most pure expression, to sit with this beginner's heart-mind and observe feelings, thoughts, memories, plans, ideas, regrets, fears, what have you. And this is how we cultivate awareness and acceptance of whatever arises moment to moment, without being stuck in the past and without leaning too much into the future. Beginner's heart is vulnerable. Beginner's heart trusts in healing. An excellent way to cultivate beginner's heart is through the practice of metta, or loving kindness. And I mentioned before that for me personally, this practice is above all about healing. Again and again, this practice shows me that when I drop all my preconceived ideas, both mental constructs and just habitual feeling patterns, I can open myself to receive the pure, deep healing. And we all deserve that. We all long for it. So let's do it together now from this angle, the practice of loving kindness from the angle of healing. Take a comfortable position, and as always, acknowledge all the circumstances of your practice, both internal and external. As you take this mindful pause, inhabit it with all your senses. And before we actually start the practice of loving kindness, that you all know by now. I want to read this poem for you from Dana Folds, of course, so that we can focus on the healing aspect of loving kindness. And the poem is called Healing. There is healing in the laying of hands, in the letting go of fear, in asking for help, in silence, celebration, prayer. There is healing in speaking the truth and in keeping still, in seeking sunlight and not shunning struggle. Laughter and the affirmation of wholeness hold their own healing. When the soul dances, when the day begins in delight, when love grows and cannot be contained, when life flows from moment to moment, healing happens in the space between thoughts and the breath before the first sung note. Healing is a birthright and a grace. When we dare to be open to the unknown, when we extend ourselves in caring, when we welcome in the vast expanse of life, healing comes from the heart and blossoms from the inside out. Allow your breath to be soft, natural, effortless. And as you begin the practice of loving kindness, you may want to place your hands on your heart, feel your heartbeat, or just the general sensations in your heart area. Approaching this practice today from the angle of it being a healing practice. Start directing loving kindness to somebody who is very dear to you, for whom loving kindness comes from your heart so naturally that you don't have to force it at all. So pick that person and dedicating the verse, the words to them. Start repeating. May he or she be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they be happy, healthy, and at ease. May they know deep, natural peace. I'll give you a few moments in silence to use the same verse or put your own words into this message of loving kindness that you're sending to your dear one. Now let it go. Take a nice cleansing breath, soft and natural, completely effortless. Now we'll direct the loving kindness message to ourselves. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I be happy, healthy, and at ease. May I feel deep, natural peace. Continue with the same verse directed to yourself or your own words. And here's where the beginner's heart may come in. Whenever you feel that the words are not hitting the mark, that you are just doing it on autopilot, that you don't really mean it, take a pause, regroup, open your heart, be a beginner, be in awe, wonder. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I be happy, healthy, and at ease. May I know deep, natural peace. Let this go. Take a nice cleansing breath and start directing your loving kindness message to somebody who challenges you at the moment. With a beginner's mind and beginner's heart, remind yourself that they are just like you, looking for love, safety, health, healing in all possible senses. May they be filled with loving kindness. May they be well in body and mind. May they be happy, healthy, and at ease. May they know deep, natural peace. As you're sending loving kindness to this being that is challenging for you at the moment, remind yourself that there is healing for both of you in this message, in this energy. One more time, let it go and take a nice cleansing breath. And start radiating loving kindness to all sentient beings. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be well in body and mind. May we all be happy, healthy, and at ease. May we all know deep, natural peace. As you go about your day today, whenever you remember, maintain this beginner's heart mind that is full of loving kindness, that radiates love, compassion to all beings, including yourself. And let this be a pure healing experience for you and everyone else you encounter. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.